Is it possible that the sand beneath our feet has powerful energy that might protect us from injury and negativity? Although it may sound like a simple idea, the spiritual practices around the world place great importance on the positive energy of sand. The veneration of sand for its capacity to absorb and magnify positive energy has persisted across many cultures and time periods. To tap into this energy, one must link themselves with the powers of nature, drawing on the earth's inherent elements in order to form a protective barrier against evil influences. Embracing the calming energy of sand can help us feel more secure and grounded, even in the face of chaotic forces. People can manifest their wishes for safety, harmony, and success by meditating, praying, or engaging in ritualistic acts that involve imbuing sand with intention. Sand, whether used in personal rituals or sprinkled over sacred sites, has a good energy that brings comfort and protection to people who seek it by reminding them of the earth's power and tenacity. The deterrent effect of sand. Do you think those little grains of sand have what it takes to ward off enemies and keep the calm? Actually, sand's physical qualities aren't the only reason it's been treasured throughout history. Its metaphysical meaning as a shield from evil energies has also played a role. A person can be protected from negative energy and malicious intentions by constructing a barrier with sand, which can be both physical and spiritual in nature. Symbolizing stability, grounding, and durability, sand's protective power is rooted in its link with the earth element. A person's spiritual fortress can be built upon the same sand that forms the bedrock of beaches and deserts. When used with intention, sand becomes a powerful spiritual weapon that can fend off evil spirits and protect its user from harm. The ability of sand to absorb and neutralize negative energy is a crucial part of its protective capability. Sand, like a sponge, soaks up negative energy, keeping it from seeping into one's aura or sacred area. Creating a sense of refuge and peace, this absorption process purifies the environment while simultaneously acting as a barrier against additional invasions. Additionally, sand's granular texture makes it ideal for physical boundaries, which can be used to mark off holy areas and shield them from harm. If you throw sand about your home's entrances, windows, and perimeter, you can rest assured that evil spirits and unwelcome guests will stay away. This is how the sand's protective properties work. As a barrier, they keep danger from penetrating one's realm. Additionally, sand's symbolic importance gives it meaning and intention, which improves its protective capabilities. Sand has various symbolic meanings in spiritual traditions, including fertility, abundance, and heavenly protection. To increase the protective power of sand and use its energy to protect oneself and ward off enemies, one must link oneself with these symbolic connotations. Ritualistic use of sand elevates its protective abilities, turning it into a powerful talisman of protection from an ordinary substance. Individuals can imbue sand with protective energy and invoke supernatural assistance by charging it with their desired objectives through prayer, meditation, or intention setting. These ceremonies, whether done solo or in a group, increase the protecting power of sand, making it more effective against outside dangers. Sand not only acts as a barrier, but also helps people feel more at ease and secure inside themselves. You can escape the hustle and bustle of the outer world and find peace in the soothing embrace of sand by building a sanctuary around yourself. A sense of safety and security within one's own home does double duty. It protects its inhabitants from harm and helps them develop the fortitude they need to face adversity head-on. The ritual revealed. Recognizing the natural characteristics of sand and its symbolic importance in diverse spiritual traditions is at the core of this ceremony. Sand is a natural medium for spiritual protection and energy manipulation due to its calming effects and connection to the earth element. To fully utilize sand's defensive capabilities, one must be familiar with and respectful of these characteristics. Acquiring pure, high-quality sand from an undeveloped area is the initial stage in employing sand as a defensive measure. In this way, we know the sand is pure and ready to absorb and transform any bad energy that comes its way. After gathering the sand, it is important to pray over it or establish an intention before using it in the ritual. This will give it protective energy and make its function more sacred. After that, make sure the area where the ceremony is to be performed is holy. Whether this takes place inside or outside is entirely up to the individual and their convenience. Make yourself at home in a quiet, undisturbed spot where you may focus on your meditation or prayer. To make the ceremony more powerful and to set the mood for spiritual activity, you can think about adding things like crystals, incense, or candles. The ceremony can now commence once the sacred place has been prepared. Whether you're sitting or standing, choose a comfortable position that allows you to connect with the earth underneath you. Relax and bring your attention back to the work at hand by taking a few deep breaths. Envision a shield of golden light or any other image that speaks to you, enveloping you in a warm embrace. Gather a handful of the sacred sand and keep it near your chest. In tune with the earth's inherent rhythms, let yourself be carried away by the sand's kinetic energy. While you focus on the calming effects of sand, say a prayer or a positive affirmation to call upon the angels for help. Declare your goal to protect yourself from harm and bad forces in a clear and unambiguous manner. After you have placed your purpose into the sand, the next step is to activate its protective properties. To begin creating a circle of protection around your sacred location, scatter sand along its circumference. Imagine this circle as a shield of light, protecting you from any negative energy or influences. To enhance the sand's protective energy and create a barrier against invasion, chant an incantation or mantra while you sprinkle it. Keep your mind and spirit focused on protecting yourself from harm as the protective circle takes form. Picture the sand barrier as impenetrable, warding off any dangers or difficulties. Have faith in the ritual's power and stick to your vow of spiritual solitude. Finishing the protective circle is a great opportunity to thank God for His blessings of protection and direction. Give gratitude to the land, the weather, and any supernatural beings who have helped you perform the rite. Reiterate your dedication to spiritual protection and seal the protecting energies in place with a final prayer or affirmation to close the ceremony. Pay close attention to your energetic limits when you finish the ritual. Be on the lookout for any warning signals or gut feelings that might point to impending danger. Follow your gut and, if necessary, take proactive measures to fortify your spiritual barriers by performing more rituals, praying more, or engaging in energetic activities. Realizing the spiritual dynamics. Fundamentally, Back to Sender recognizes karma, the law of cause and effect that applies to all situations. This principle states that people should be held accountable for the outcomes that their words, thoughts, and actions bring about. A person's ill intentions or negative energy can cause a domino effect that affects both the target and the sender of the energy. Using this global rule for spiritual protection and justice is an integral part of the spiritual dynamics of returning bad energy to its origin. Instead of taking the bad energy that is aimed at them and letting it affect them, people can take action and send it back to where it came from. This way, the energy is neutralized and the sender is held responsible for their actions. Because of its absorption and transmutation properties, sand is an effective instrument in this process. Similar to how sand can absorb and filter out contaminants in water, negative energy may also be absorbed and neutralized by sand. This way, it cannot hurt or disrupt anything. The inherent properties of sand can be used in spiritual rituals and practices to increase the power of intention and help bad energy be released. Many people find that praying, visualizing, and making intentions are all part of the Back to Sender ceremony with sand. As a group, you can channel your negative energy back to its source by meeting in a sacred place with consecrated sand. They seek direction and protection in their quest for balance and justice from higher powers or spiritual allies through invocation or prayer. As the ceremony progresses, the participants imagine the negative energy being drawn into the sand, where it will be either neutralized or turned into positive energy before being sent back to its origin. In order to facilitate the energetic exchange between the sender and the receiver, it is essential to use this visualization process to align the participants' goals with the desired outcome. Participants can enhance the sand's protecting and transmutative powers by seeing them in action and then reciting targeted prayers, mantras, or affirmations. The participants are empowered to influence spiritual change as these sacred words act as energetic conduits, transferring heavenly energy and intention into the ritual space. All parties involved must be in perfect harmony with one another and with higher spiritual principles for the sand back to sender ceremony to be successful. Justice, according to universal law, can be served when people join forces and call upon supernatural forces to amplify their intentions. The symbolic importance of the sand, which goes beyond its physical attributes, is vital to the ritual's effectiveness. As a metaphor for the participants' spiritual fortification and empowerment, sand stands for steadiness, rootedness, and resilience. Participants can connect with the forces of justice and balance on a deeper level by harmonizing with the earth element and the energies of the natural world. Strengthening your defense. Empowering your defense with sand boils down to harnessing the inherent features of this modest yet potent element and using them to build a barrier against harm. Sand is a great instrument for spiritual protection and defense because of its grounding capabilities and its relationship with the earth element. It also acts as a conduit for spiritual energy and purpose. Imbuing sand with meaning and purpose through prayer, meditation, or ceremonial rituals is a vital strategy for boosting its impact. A powerful protective talisman can be made by imbuing sand with particular intentions for cleansing, spiritual empowerment, or protection. This will increase the sand's energetic capabilities. Gathering pure, high-quality sand from an outside source is the first step in fortifying your fortress using sand. Ground yourself in the sand's presence and acknowledge its transformative power as you establish a connection with the earth element and the sand's energy. Invoking heavenly protection and guidance, consecrate the sand through prayer or intention setting. Then use it to strengthen your defense. Envision the sand being bathed in a beam of sunshine and good energy, removing any negativity and making it strong enough to protect your spirit. Consider using the consecrated sand in your regular spiritual or protective rituals once it has been blessed. To protect your home from evil spirits and other negative energy, scatter it about entryways, windows, and the outside of your house. Envision the sand around your dwelling or holy place like a fortress, keeping outside forces at bay. Find innovative methods to use sand in your meditation or visualization activities for empowerment, beyond just using it as a physical barrier. Picture yourself encircled by a golden sand orb, blessed with heavenly light and protective energy, as you close your eyes and relax. Imagine the sand protecting you from any psychic or bad forces that may be aimed at you. Combining sand with other defensive components or spiritual instruments is another way to increase its effectiveness in protection. To make the most of the sand's protecting characteristics, try adding crystals, plants, or essential oils that have complementing effects. See what works best for your goals and tastes by trying out various combinations. You can learn more about the empowering effect of sand by researching its symbolic meaning in many mythology and spiritual traditions. As a metaphor for a solid, unmovable base upon which to build one's spiritual life and one's defenses, sand has deep symbolic meaning in many cultures. When you put yourself in harmony with these symbolic meanings, you can draw on the sturdiness and strength of sand to help you overcome challenges. Keep in mind to be grateful and respectful of the soil element in nature while you work with sand to strengthen your defense. Recognize the sand's position as a precious ally on your spiritual path and revere it as a manifestation of divine energy. You may enhance the protective properties of sand and its ability to keep you safe and secure in your life by developing a strong bond with it. Protecting yourself with sand rituals. Being spiritually protected is not a one-and-done deal. Rather, it's a continuous process that calls for commitment and deliberate action. Maintaining one's spiritual health requires consistent routine and practice, just as one would with one's physical health. Starting a regular pattern that includes sand in your spiritual practices on a daily or weekly basis is a good place to start when it comes to maintaining your shield with sand rituals. Make a holy space and schedule time specifically for these rituals so you can tap into the earth's energy and the sand's protective properties. First, get some clean sand from outside and dedicate it to your sacred cause by praying over it, making a wish with it, or some other rite. Make the sand a powerful barrier against evil spirits by imbuing it with your goals for cleansing, protection, and spiritual empowerment. After the sand has been blessed, you can use it in your regular prayers for a shield against harm. Disperse it throughout your dwelling, place of business, or any other area where you spend time to ward off negative energy and evil spirits. Envision a shimmering barrier of sand surrounding you, protecting you from harm and negativity. To keep your shield strong on a more subtle level, try incorporating sand into your meditation or visualization routines, as well as your physical protection. Envision yourself enveloped in a golden sand cocoon, bathed in heavenly light and shielded by protective energy. Close your eyes and let your imagination run. Imagine the warm embrace of the sand around you, protecting you from danger and bringing you a feeling of calm and serenity. Performing energetic defense renewal and reinforcement rituals on a regular basis is another way to keep your protection through sand rituals. In order to renew the protective barrier made of sand and remove any built-up negativity, it is recommended to perform cleansing and purification rituals on a regular basis. For a space clearing and energetic field balancing, try using sage, Palo Santo, or sound vibrations. In addition, think outside the box to find out how you may make your sand rituals more powerful by adding other forms of protection or spiritual tools. Find out what works best by combining crystals, herbs, and essential oils with the sand's protective properties. If you want your rituals to be just right for you, you have listened to your gut and trust your instincts. Practice being mindful and aware of your energetic boundaries as you participate in sand rituals to keep yourself protected. If you experience any intuitive insights or indicators that could pose a danger to your health, pay close attention to them. Listen to your intuition and, if necessary, take proactive measures to fortify your spiritual defenses by engaging in extra rituals, prayers, or energy practices. Also, through sand rituals, you can strengthen your bond with nature and the earth element, which will help you maintain your shield. Recognize the sand's position as a precious ally on your spiritual path and revere it as a manifestation of divine energy. You may deepen your connection to the soil and keep your life in harmony by harmonizing with the natural rhythms and the protective properties of sand. The empowering route to spiritual defense and protection is revealed on the trip through sand rituals. One can construct a formidable barrier against evil spirits and negative energies by utilizing the inherent properties of sand and harmonizing with its symbolic meaning. Sand can be a potent instrument for protection and creating a safe haven when used with prayer, intention setting, and visualization. To keep our energetic shields strong, it is important to be consistent and vigilant as we go further into the spiritual dynamics of sand rituals. We may strengthen our defenses and be more graceful and resilient when we have a strong bond with the earth element and the natural environment. Recognize the sand's protective role on our spiritual path and have faith in its transformational ability. May we be guided and supported by the sand's protective force as we journey towards greater spiritual empowerment and enlightenment.